Where is it? Not my mirror. Fuel line disconnects. Not drill bits. Nope. Oh, I'm missing a screwdriver. Not in there. What am I missing? Well, if you haven't guessed it yet, as a mechanic, your most important tool is your hands. And the number one thing you shouldn't do is mess them up. These are the things that make you money and the things that bring your money back home. Yes, unfortunately, I ended up having to have hand surgery and reconstruct a tendon in my pinky. I had actually ruptured one tendon many moons ago riding a mechanical bull, but luckily it was just the outer tendon, so there's not much grip there. And then recently I was picking up this children's ATV I have sitting behind me, and picking it up I ruptured the main tendon right here and lost complete control of my pinky. It was basically just dangling there. And what I'm here to tell you is take care of your hands. I've been a mechanic for over 15 years, and I tell you what, I've worked at dealerships, I've worked at private shops, I've worked at forklift equipment, I've worked in field service, and now I'm working on equipment. These are the most important tool you have, and to abuse them will cost you in the long run. It's come to my attention that one of the reasons I got this injury is because of abuse. I used my hands so disruptively for so many years that finally the weakest link gave out. Of course, maybe from the riding bull 12 years ago and being a technician and a mechanic as a hobby on the side, all of that abuse added up. And I tell you what, it is so not worth it. I have a 12-week recovery. And in Minnesota right now, it is the beginning of the car season and the motorcycle season and the motorsport season. And I have to be a bystander for most of that because I can't do anything. My right hand is my dominant hand. And right now I can basically do that. So it's going to be a long process for me to regain that strength in my hand. Probably won't have the same strength in my hand for a year, which is crazy to me because of these tendons. This part of your hand is so important that I lost almost 50% of my grip because of that tendon rupture. Now it could be completely accidental. It's really unknown. I didn't cut my hand, it just ripped apart. And they had to reconstruct what's called a tendon sheath and the tendon itself. It was a grueling process. My surgery was over 3 hours, and I don't wish this on any technician because basically it halted my career and my hobby and all the stuff I like to do for fun. I can't even go fishing right now. I mean, maybe. Can hardly drive my truck right now. This is my word of advice for anybody out there that works in the trades and works with their hands to take care of your body and use precaution. I didn't wear mechanics gloves all the time, and I used my hand as a battering ram for so many years, doing brake jobs and water pumps and all sorts of automotive work, and then working on forklifts, which is just basically a piece of heavy equipment, material handling equipment, weighs more than most cars, and hitting stuff with your hand and your palm and your knuckles, that all will add up. Now, I'm a spry mid-30-year-old guy, but even in your 20s, when you think you're invincible, you're not, and it's going to catch up to you someday. You know, I've weightlifted for almost 20 years also, and I can't touch a dumbbell for at least a month. So this is a very challenging time, but it's a time of humility and of learning and a new chapter in my life. I luckily have a very supportive family, very supportive wife, even my children, my 4-year-old and even my young children are keeping me in line and making sure I do my physical therapy, because I'm doing physical therapy, active therapy once an hour, and passive therapy using my other hand every 2 hours. So not only am I doing therapy constantly, I've had to learn how to be gentle. Now, being a technician and being kind of a real blue collar guy, gentle isn't in my train of thought. It's full speed, it's full throttle, it's work hard, it's everything. And now I have to come down off my high horse. It's really a harsh dose of reality to have this restriction, though it's temporary. It's, half the year basically for me, and I'll be better after this, and the repair was very good, so I have that to look forward to. I didn't lose a limb, so in one sense I'm very lucky that they were able to repair the issue, but this is a massive adjustment, and it's really a game changer for this year. As for my channel, Lang Speed and Cycle, I won't be able to do as much technical stuff. It's going to probably be more story time and information and going back on articles I read, or maybe if I go to a car show, I'll record that. I'm actually going to show you what I did for some therapy. After I had physical therapy, I needed some mental therapy, because you just get in your head sitting alone at home trying to figure out how to use the most important tool you've used your whole life. And I have to retrain my hand how to work properly. It's crazy. It's extremely difficult. And it's even more difficult just to see how much work they did. I mean, this surgery was 3.5 hours, and my hand looks scary. I don't have any pictures of it, and I wouldn't want to show you what it looks like. It doesn't look good. But to a doctor, it looks great, which is great. That's great. It looks scary to me. Anyways, as a technician, to my fellow technicians and people who want to become a technician, young guys and young kids that want to become technicians, when the wrench gets stuck, maybe instead of battering it with your bare hand, put a glove on at minimum. Maybe use a hammer, get a bigger wrench, ask for some help. There's a bunch of other ways to solve problems than maybe just being stubborn, which is my biggest fault out of all of this. This is what happens. So take care of your bodies, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for the support on the channel. Get out there, find them, fix them, and drive them for me in the meantime. And I'll come up with some stuff for you guys. I'm going to go back on some old content and mash it all together so I can tell you the story of some cool stuff I might have done with some of my friends in the past. But thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.